Hi everyone, welcome back to Kat's Book Corner, where we talk about all things book and bookish. Today is my August wrap-up, and we have 6 books. Well, technically, we have 6.5, because I read the novella for Bad Blood. I read 12. So I have rated that too. So technically it'll be 6.5, because we've got Beautiful Venom, Bad Blood 12, which is a novella inside, The Mind Deaf, Dorothy Must Die, Binding 13, and City of Glass. It was all like really pretty good. Like, I had an amazing TBR this summer because I had so many 5 stars, which I hope continues throughout the year. I hope I have many 5 stars throughout the year, which I really hope. And they were like kind of spread out, like there was a book in between them, but it was pretty good. There was only like one book I hated. Well, not hated, but like I kind of just liked it, and there are very specific reasons as to why I disliked it. But as normal, there will be a spoiler and non-spoiler section. The non-spoiler section will have my ratings, the spoiler section won't. Okay? Let's get started with Beautiful Venom by Rita Kent. This is a 4.5. I enjoyed it. I really did. I love the hockey stuff, and it makes me excited for the next 2 with Violet and Jude and Preston and Marcus. I'm so excited for Preston and Marcus because they hate each other, and I'm actually really excited. But this follows Delilah and Cain, which is fun. I really like it. It was fun. It was like good. It was very spicy. Look up your trigger warnings. There are a lot of trigger warnings for this one, so look up that stuff too before you read it. But it was really good. I like how it blossomed into a romance, because at first it was just like an effing situation. Like they were like F buddies. Not really. More like Cain could call her, but she couldn't call him. But like it grew into like a relationship, which I really like. I really enjoyed that. I loved the secret society stuff. That's always fun. Very interesting. I really enjoyed it. I love the friendship that Cain had with his friends. I'll get more into it in the spoiler section, but I really did like the friendship that they had. I liked the 3rd act. I did like the 3rd act. I didn't think I would, considering what I thought it would be. It turned out to be pretty much similar to what I thought it would be, but I did enjoy the 3rd act. The only reason it's not higher is I don't really think I could give it anything higher. Like, it's not a 5 star. Like, it didn't blow me away. Like, it was really good, and I needed it because I was in a slump. So I needed something that was like quick and easy. This was quick and easy. Like, I finished this in like 2 days. It was quick and easy. I enjoyed it. There wasn't really much to say. Like, it was good. I really liked it, but I am more excited for the next 2 in the series. Well, technically, I think this will be my 2nd favorite, because I think Jude and Violet will be my least favorite, because I like Jude. I do. I like Jude. I like Preston. I like Cain. I like the guys. I'm not sure how I feel about Violet. But to be fair, she's only in like a little bit of this book. I don't have her internal monologue, so I might feel different about her when I get her internal monologue. But I like Preston and I like Marcus, and I cannot wait to see how they become lovers from the enemies, because it's just, it's so good. I really like it. I liked actually both characters equally though. Like, I liked Delilah and I liked Cain almost equally. Like, I wasn't disappointed every single time I had to go to a Delilah chapter after a Cain chapter, or a Cain chapter after a Delilah chapter. So I like them both equally. It was really good. That's honestly like kind of it, but I don't know. I liked the hockey stuff because I actually understood it, because as I said before, hockey's the only sport I sort of kind of get. Like, I got it, because I get hockey. But yeah, so I am excited for the next 2 books. I think one comes out in November or December, and the next one comes out in the summer. The Preston one is in the summer, which could be fun because I will be home in the summer, hopefully. I don't know. I might be working, so I might stay in where I live for school. So maybe I can find a bookstore and buy it. That'd be fun. But I really did, I like this. It was great. It's not like blowing my mind, but it was still pretty good. I really did enjoy it. But moving on to the next one. Bad Blood by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. It is the last book in the Natural series, and this was a 4.75. I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it would be a 5-star because it made me cry, and if something makes me cry normally it's a 5-star, but it wasn't as good as All In my opinion. It was still fantastic. I love the found family. I love the Naturals. I think they're so good. I really, really do enjoy them. The ending sort of just was like, it was really just, I didn't really care, which kind of sucked. Like, I kind of wish I cared more, but I didn't, so I can't really say anything about it. But the plot and the mystery was really, really good. I really liked the plot and the mystery. I love Michael. I love Lila. I love Sloane. I love Dean. I love Cassie. I love them all. And I met this new character that I really, really like. I forget her name. What was her name? Give me a second. I'll find it. Celine. I like Celine. I did. I loved, and we got Michael backstory, which was fun, and I really, really loved it. So, it follows, like, you know, the Natural stuff. I can't really say anything because it's the 4th book in the series and the final book, so it's like, I can't really say anything. But it was really good. It closed every single thing. Like, I didn't have any questions at the end, which is always good in a series, but, like, I don't have questions. Because some series don't follow that. Some series, like, leave me with questions, which I don't like. I don't like it when series leave me with questions, because it's annoying. Like, as much as I, like, can't hate it, the Twilight books, as much as I hate them, they left me questions. So I don't know what happened, and I don't care to find out, but I do have questions about them. So, but I really, really did like it. Let's see, what else did I like about it? Oh, we also got Lila backstory, which I was hoping for, because we got Dean in Killer Instinct, Cassie in The Naturals, Sloane in All In, but we got Cassie and Lila in this one, which was fun because I think they are both my favorite characters. I love Michael. He is my favorite. I love him so much. But yeah, it's really, really good. I really, really liked it. But I mean, I expected I would really like the series, and I really did. Like, I loved The Naturals, I loved Killer Instinct, and I loved All In, and I loved this one. Like, I think my order for the books would be All In at the top, because it was my favorite, then this one, then Killer Instinct, then The Naturals. Which, they're all within, like, points of each other. All In was a 5-star, this was a 7.5. Killer Instinct, I think, was a 4.5. And Naturals was like 4. So it's like, I liked them all basically. So it's like cutting hairs basically. So I really did enjoy it. So, and I did actually like, because we get like the killer's perspective as normal. I did like the killer's perspective in this one, because I thought it was very interesting and very like deep, I guess. I'll get into it more in the spoiler section, but I really, really did like it. And I do like that, because as much as I like said the ending, I didn't really feel anything, I still felt relief for the characters, obviously. And like, there were times where I had my heart beating, like, I don't know what is going to happen, what is happening, I'm scared. Like, there's this one scene that like kind of freaked me out. Not freaked me out, but like made my heart really beat, because I was worried for the characters. And there was a point where, like, that same point is what like caused me to tear up, which I'll get into the spoiler section of like what it was, but I really, really did like it. It was really good. But yeah, I really liked it, which is fun. And I'm actually kind of happy because I can cut that series off, because I finished it. I finished the series and the novella, which I'll talk about next, but like, I finished the series. I finished 4 books in, when did I start that one? In November. It was one of the first things I talked about on the channel. So it was almost a year it took me to finish the series, because I spread it out so much. So I think I read the first 2 books within 3 months of each other, and then I read the last 2 books within 3 months of each other. So it's like, I spread the series out, which I don't know if I would do again, because, not that I necessarily forgot anything, I remembered everything, but it's like, I kind of want to read them close together, so I might do that with the series I continue. All right. Now getting into the novella 12. This is, it's in the back of this book, so I'm gonna like hold up the thing. Give me 1 second. Yes. 12, the novella. This was a 4-star. I actually really enjoyed the novella. I really, really did like it. I think it's a 4-star at least. Yeah. No, it was a 4.5. 4.5 stars. I really did enjoy the novella. It was really fun. I really liked it. It's like after the Naturals. It's about like, I think like a couple years have passed since the ending of Bad Blood. I really liked it, and they're in Maine solving a case together, and it's just, it's so good. I really liked it. And it like sort of ties into each of the characters, like backstories. Like every couple chapters, well, not really chapters, but like every couple like pages, you get like a different character. You're like, this one is like not the girl we need, but this one's, it's like Cassie, age 11 years earlier, age 12. Like it'll give you like what they were experiencing 12 years ago. It sort of match the situation that they're in, because we get Cassie and we get Michael and we get Lila and we get Dean and we get, it's so heartbreaking because most of them have been through trauma. So you get like the trauma they had when they were kids, and it's just, I don't want to see it. Like, it hurt. I didn't like it. But I can't really talk too much about the novella because that one actually is kind of really spoilery if I do talk about it. I'll talk about it when I talk about Bad Blood in the spoiler section, but yeah. I really, really did like the novella. I thought it was really good. And it didn't necessarily like make the series have a bad taste in my mouth. If anything, it made the series better in my opinion. Because it gave me like what I think they would have been doing in life after like the years of working for the FBI. Like it set like kind of realistic expectations of like honestly what they would be going through. Like it makes a lot of sense. Like they would be having these sort of traumas from what they did in the past. And like the way that they were, it felt like casual and they were still friends, and it was just, it felt so found family, which is one of my favorite tropes. I love found family. It's some of my favorite stuff. It's so good and I love it so much. But yeah, so that's Bad Blood and 12, which is the novella. Moving on into the Mind F series, which is 5 books in one. 5 stars. I loved it so much. I love Logan and Lana, and it was perfect. I loved it. She is a serial killer who is killing, I can't tell you who she's killing yet, but like, there's a reason for her killing. Like, she's not just killing random people. Well, no, she's not just killing random people. She has reasons for why she kills people. And Logan's the FBI agent who's on her case trying to hunt her down, and it's just, the romance, the tension, the longing, I loved it. And this one, I did not call the ending. I thought I did. I thought I knew who it was, but no, I didn't. And I loved the ending. It had me giddy. Like, this book did 2 things to me. 2 things that don't normally happen when I read books. 1, I was sobbing. I literally had to, like, I was reading, I was like around like this part. I literally had to close the book and put it down because I could not stop crying. And that normally doesn't happen to me. Normally, I can read through. I don't need to stop and pause and take stock of myself. I don't need to do that. But I needed to do it with this one, which hasn't happened in a while. Actually, it's happened never. Normally, I can push myself through. And another thing that doesn't often happen, this has happened before because I've talked about it. I was like, I'd say maybe here-ish. It was at night. I was reading. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to read like 1 more chapter. So I read 1 more chapter. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to read 1 more chapter. And I kept going and going and going until I finished it. And I was up until like 5 in the morning reading this book. Normally, I am able to be like, you know what? It's getting late. I can pause, even if I'm like at the end of the book. I can pause right now and I can read it tomorrow morning. But I was like, no, I need to finish it. Apparently, this was too important. Which, I'm glad I did. Because I don't know, I wouldn't have been able to pause even if I wanted to. Like, it was so good. And I was like, I was crying. And I was like, it was so good. It's really, really good. But it's got the 5 stories in one, which is great. Because I don't have to go out and buy more books. But I've got all 5 in here. And it was so good. I really loved it. And I do like the other characters that we get. I liked Jake and Hadley. And what was his name? Is his name Gavin? I think his name's Gavin. Let's see, what is his name? Leonard. His name is Leonard, not Gavin. I don't know where Gavin came from, but his name is Leonard. I liked Leonard too. But I really did like it. It had me sobbing and I couldn't stop reading, and both those things don't normally ever happen to me. The first one never happens to me. Normally, I don't have to stop a book when I start crying. Because yes, I start crying. I started crying in Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, and I started crying in a book I read later this month. But normally, I am able to push myself through the book, and I don't need to stop. Like, when I read, like, those books, I was able to continue reading and, like, just let myself cry as I was reading. Like, during, spoilers for Iron Flame. This is gonna suck because I keep talking about it, but the scene with Liam, I was sobbing the entire way through that scene. But I didn't have to stop the book. I didn't have to put it down. I could read through it. But this one, no, I was sobbing. I was sobbing the entire way through. Well, not the entire way through. I started sobbing, like, here, and stopped crying, like, here. I cried for a majority of this book, I would say. Which, oh, it was so good. I really loved it. But this was the most worth it, besides the Fourth Wing series, of 5 stars I've read in a long time. Because, yes, I've given book 5 stars after Fourth Wing, I think. I actually don't remember. Did I? Maybe, maybe not. I don't remember. I don't think I did. Maybe I did. Let me check. No, this is the first book I've given 5 stars after Fourth Wing, not counting Harry Potter, because that doesn't count. But this is the most deserving book I've given a 5 stars in a very long time. So I really, really loved it. But there we go. 5 stars. Okay, now we're moving on to the worst end of the spectrum. Dorothy Must Die. 3 stars. It was fine. I will say it's fine. It didn't do anything for me, though. Like, I called the ending, like, nothing extraordinary happened. But considering why, there's a reason I want to read the next book. There is a reason. It's not because I liked it. There is a reason I want to read the next book. But it's about Amy who gets thrown into Oz, and we realize that Dorothy's evil, and she has to try and stop him. And there's a love interest, obviously. His name is Knox. I imagined him looking like a monkey, like a flying monkey, like from the Oz Great and Powerful. Do you remember, like, the live action movie? He looks like that monkey to me. I know he shouldn't. He's described as looking as like a person, but I don't know. He looks like a monkey to me, so he was a monkey, which I feel like kind of made it harder for me to connect to the romance because he looked like a monkey. But he honestly didn't look like a monkey. It's the same problem I had with Hunted last month, because I know he didn't look like how I was imagining him, but I feel like that's what made me like him more with that book, because I like the Beast from the original Beauty and the Beast movie. I don't like the monkey. I feel like that's why I didn't like him that much, because he looked like a monkey in my head. Which I might find a picture and I might put it here of what I think he looks like, but he looks like a monkey. I don't understand why he did, but he did. But yeah. So there's, like, not actually much happened in this book. Like, she gets to Oz, say, like, here. She gets, like, imprisoned and stuff, and, like, training and stuff happens here. And then the ending is boring. So, well, maybe, like, the ending is boring up until, like, the last 3 pages. Then it kind of, there's something there. So, that's why it's not a 2. Because there was something at the end. Some little tiny bit of something. So, there's that. But there's a reason why this specifically is, like, this low. Because there is a reason why I don't like it. Like, a very, very, I think very valid reason as to why I don't like it. I'll get it into the spoiler section, but like, I don't know. The first parts of it though did feel raw, which I do like it when a book feels raw. I will talk about it in the next one because that book is beyond raw. But like, it felt, there was some connection I had to Amy, which was good. I love it when I feel a connection to the main character. It makes me enjoy the story. I just didn't feel one for long. Because as soon as she was in Oz, I'm like, I don't care. I would love to read a story if she was just in Kansas, because that seemed like to be actually going somewhere. But then she's in Oz, and it's just, I don't care. But I did like the Flying Monkeys. The Flying Monkeys are fun. I liked them. And I liked the witches. I like witches. Those are fun. But that is, I think, about it, about what I liked about this book. So, maybe book 2 would be better. I think it might be, considering why I don't like this one. So, yeah. Now moving on to a book I honestly really, really loved too. Binding 13. This is 5 stars. This one also made me cry. It made me cry quite a bit. Because this one, as I said for like the Darlie book, and I also said for One of Us is Lying, it felt raw, it felt real. It felt traumatic, which I suppose is what they're going for with this book, because it's about Shannon and Johnny, who are both going through traumatic experiences that a number of kids actually go through. So I think this could be healing to a bunch of like adults who went through this as kids. This is an adult book. This is not a young adult book. I don't know why people are putting it in the young adult section. It is not. I am an adult. I am 20, so I should be able like to read this. So you should be over 18 to read this book, obviously. So I did cry. It was good. I don't know if I should necessarily enjoyed it because it's a lot of trauma and like stuff like that. But I did, because I love Shannon and I love Johnny. Both of their characters were just amazing. Like they're just perfect. Like, because they're well-rounded, like they felt like actual people, which I love when a book feels like that. Maybe when it's not finished, like when it's like contemporary like this, I love it when they feel real, because I can actually imagine someone who could go through this. Because this is like actual traumas that people would go through, like the pressure and stuff like that. It does happen. And like the abuse and stuff, like those things can happen. Which I really liked. Not liked, but like, I liked how real it felt. And it has a name pronunciation and glossary, because they're in Ireland. So there's a lot of like Irish, Ireland words and stuff. But it's really good. But it's about Johnny and Shannon, and you get like both their POVs. I liked them both. I liked both POV same as normal, just as like I did with Beautiful Venom, where I liked Delilah and Kane. I liked Shannon and I liked Johnny. They're both really, really good. And like, this is just the start of their story, because there's the second book in their story where I feel like gets better. It better get better, because the way this ends is just heartbreaking. Like, I want to read the second book, but I don't have, like, I'm going back to school so soon, I don't have time to go to a bookstore and buy it. So I cannot wait to read the next book, because this is high on my priority list. There's a couple books that are high on my priority list, but this is pretty high, because I really, really did enjoy it. Like, I loved the way that their relationship grew, because they started like as like, their meet cute is really funny. Like, this happens in like the first or second chapter. She gets beamed in the back of the head by a rugby ball, and she gets knocked out, and he has to like help her up. Like, that's how they meet. Like, it's cute. Well, because they like start talking and actually like enjoy each other's company. But it starts as like, it goes from friends to not lovers yet. They just kissed in like the last half, not even half of it, like the last like 4 chapters is like when it actually starts to get, and they were like a relationship kind of thing. And I love how protective her friends are. I am not sure yet, but I know people dislike Lizzie. I don't know why yet, because I actually liked Lizzie in this book. I liked Claire too. I liked Gibbsy, and I loved Gibbsy and Johnny. Their relationship was like so good. I really liked that. And I liked Huey. I liked all of the characters. It felt so found family, but not yet, because obviously Shannon has her own found family and Johnny has his own, and eventually they'll like merge, because I know Huey gets with Lizzie and I know Gibbsy gets with Claire. But it'll be so found family at the end of the series, which I can't wait. And if it ever gets, it'll probably get finished, but I can't wait until it gets finished. so then it can be so found family, and I can read over and over again and like actually feel joy. Because I don't feel joy about the series. I don't feel joy because of the trauma. Like, I feel sad. But like, I really don't have the word to explain what I feel about this book, because I liked it, yes, but there's so much trauma and like stuff that's filled with this book. I'm not really sure if that's like the right word to describe it, and I can't wait to read the next one to hope like it ends better. Not that I didn't like this ending. I thought the ending was a perfect like stepping off point, but I don't know. But we'll see. But I really did like this book. It was a 5-star as well. And the last book I read this month, which I honestly just finished, and I don't know. This book is City of Glass by Cassandra Clare, and this was a 4-star, which honestly, that's not right, is it? I thought it was higher than that. Give me a second. No, it was a 4.5. That's what I meant. It was a 4.5 star, which means it is higher than City of Ashes and City of Bones, because they were both 4 stars. I really, really enjoyed it. I really liked it. But this is a disclaimer for me. Like, this is stuff that, like, is a me problem and not the book's problem. I could care less about Jace and Clary. I honestly could. I could care less. I care about Simon and Alec and Magnus and Isabel. Like, I care about those characters more than I care about the main couple, which I don't think is right, but it's how I feel, so can't really stop that. But the plot's fine. I like the plot. I don't like the romance as much, but I get why it's there. Like, I get the romance in that through line. It's fun, and we finally figure out like the thing that's been happening for the past few books. Oh, it's not true. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. It'll get into some other parts, but so I'm not as angry as I was going into this, because I was angry going into this. If you saw my TBR episode last month, I was angry going into this. But I love Simon, I love Alec, and I love Isabel. I think they're all amazing. I even like Luke. Like, I like all of the side characters more than I like the main two. So, but I honestly don't know where the series is going, because something happened at the end where I'm like, and where are we going? Do we have an idea? Do we not have an idea? Because I would like to know where we are going. But the next book is Clockwork Angel, which I have. I have Clockwork Angel. It's up there. So I'll read that next. And then I'll read City of Fallen Angels. But I did really like it. But they're in, what's the city called? What's the city called? I don't remember the city. What's the city called? I don't remember the name. Adaris? Something. The Shadowhunter City. Like, they're in the Shadowhunter City for most of this book. Which, I gotta say, the first 2 chapters, I kind of hated. I hated the first 2 chapters. I really did. I hated them. Which means I hated 52 pages into this book, because the chapters are so ridiculously long. But I will say, I did, like, actually end up liking the ending. I did like it. Like, it's not like I didn't like this. I really did. And I like, how we're explaining all of these, like, stuff that happened in the first 2 books. I like that stuff. I would have liked more Simon, Alec, and Izzy, but can't really complain. But we got a lot of Simon in this one, because I think it's Simon's book, because he's on the cover. Like, this is definitely Simon. This is definitely Simon, because of what happens to him in this book. Because the Shadowhunters don't like that he can walk in the sun. And I have, like, a very strong theory as to why I think he can walk in the sun. I think they also, like, basically explained why he can walk in the sun, because of what he did in the second book. So, I liked that. It made sense to me. And I am excited to see where, like, they go forward, because as I said before, I have no clue. What are they doing? I have no clue. No idea. But they're going somewhere, apparently. Because the through line I thought would be, like, for the 5-book series that this is, the 6-book series, I thought this would happen. But no, apparently. It does not. But I really liked it. I liked it better than the first 2. My order so far would be City of Bones last, then City of Ashes, and then City of Glass. So basically the order, like, they get better as they went forward. Which I am excited, because I heard a lot of people like the Infernal Devices series better than the Mortal Instruments. So I will try that one. But I don't like love triangles. I read the Naturals and I picked the wrong side. So I'm like, do I like both the characters? I don't know. So hopefully it'll be like the Naturals, where I like both the characters and I won't really care who she ends up with. But I heard it's a love triangle, and I'm not a big fan of them, but maybe I'll like it. We'll see. Now into my spoiler section. Starting with Beautiful Venom. Follows Delilah after her sisters get into an accident, and Cain knows this. Like, if we figure out the end, like, he's known the entire time who Delilah is, what she's doing. Like, he's not, he knew the entire time. And he's basically just kind of playing her. Which, rude by him. But I totally get why he did it, because I also love where he was like, he was not used to feeling like his heart beating the way it was, and like emotion. She's like, something is wrong with me. She is causing something to happen with me. I'm like, no, dude, you're finally just falling in love. And like the torture that he had to go through as a kid from his dad is awful. And I also too sort of blame his mother for not trying to stop it. Like, I get it, but like, come on. And I liked the third act breakup, where she had to run away in order to protect him from his dad. But then his dad caught her and he tortured her, and Cain literally had to kill his dad. I'm like, yes, let's go. And then she doubts him for a bit, which completely valid opinion for me. Like, she found out he knew the entire truth the entire time. Well, most of it anyway. And didn't tell her, even after they agreed to actually have a normal relationship. Okay, fine. But then they get back together, and it's great and cute. I like it. I like the ending. I like the epilogue where they get engaged. It's cute. And I am excited for the next 2 books, which is Jude and Violet, which I'm not sure how I feel about it, because I like Jude. Not sure how I feel about Violet, but we'll see. But I love Preston and Marcus, because they hate each other so much. But I love Preston, because there is, like, something fundamentally wrong with him. I always like it when there's a character like that, where there's something fundamentally wrong with him. Like, I think he literally is a sociopath, which are always fun to read. But, so, I'm excited for that. Because I loved the found family that Cain has with Jude and Preston. Like, oh, it's so, like, nice. And I really liked that. Because, like, they were ride or die for each other forever. Like, they were just, oh, I loved it so much about how ride or die they were for each other. Because normally I would have thought, like, because they would have been bloodthirsty and cutthroat like their parents were, like, not really caring about each other. But, like, they were so ride or die for each other. And it was very sweet to read about. I think that's it I have to say about this one. Like, as I said, there's not really much to talk about. But I did enjoy it. I liked the hockey stuff. I liked when they were broken up and she used her ex-boyfriend, who is Marcus, to get under his skin. And Preston was like, yeah, not happening, and tried to beat him up. I'm like, do they already sort of have a crush on each other? Or is it like their hate turns into love? Which I can see hate turning into love, because they're basically the same emotion. Hate and love are basically the same thing. It's just on the opposite side of a spectrum. So, I am excited for that. And I will read Jude and Violet's book, because I like Jude. I think he's fun, because he's going through his own thing. Like, he targeted Violet because that's why his mom died, because she didn't really, like, tell anything. But, like, I don't know if their relationship is going to be better than what I think it'll be. But, okay, on to book number 2, which is Bad Blood. It's the fourth in a Natural series. Follows Cassie, Dean, Michael, Lila, and Sloane trying to find the cult of serial killers. And we get Michael backstory in the very beginning, which I'm so excited about. His best friend Celine, from when he was a kid, is missing, and they think it was the Masters. We find out it wasn't. She just voluntarily went missing because she found out Michael's dad is her dad. Like, she is Michael's brother, Michael's sister. So, like, there's that. It's Lila and Michael obviously get together. Like, they're on again, off again, but they're on right now. Dean and Cassie are still together. It's cute. The You, like the killer's perspective we get in this, is really interesting, because it's Lorelai. It's Cassie's mom, and she, like, has a double personality. Like, she has, like, she'll, like, hide Lorelai behind, like, the mask of, like, the killer, and, like, Cassie having to kill her own mom. Ugh, it's so sad. Oh, I called the Agent Serling's dad, Director Serling. I called he was one of the Masters. I don't know why I called it, but, like, somewhere in the middle of the book, I'm like, I have a sketchy feeling about him. To be fair, I had a sketchy feeling about him from the second book when he was introduced, but I really don't know why I had a sketchy feeling. I thought it was just because I don't like authority. But no, it was because he was actually one of the Masters. And I like the little side trip they went to the town with the cult, and we get Lila backstory about like why she was in the cult and how she like killed the guy. But the Michael backstory was so sad. Like, I wanted the backstory. I didn't want him to actually have to actively go through it in the present. That kind of hurt my heart. So there's that. Dean, like, loving Cassie fiercely. It's just, it's adorable, and I love it. He so deserves someone like her, like, because he deserves love. His dad told him he never did, because we know his dad is awful, but he finally got it, and he so needed it, and I'm like, I'm so happy for him. He really, really did need it. Let's see, what else? Oh, we find out that Celine, Michael's new sister, is also a natural. Like, if she can see someone's structure, she can figure out what they look like. It's a very, like, similar to Sloane's. And she's a crush on Sloane, and it's so cute. Like, Sloane has a girlfriend, and Cassie and Dean are together, and Michael and Lila. It's so cute. I loved it. And there was this part that made me cry. It made me worried for the characters when we find out that the Masters, for like the introduction of this new member, was killing someone that they met when they were working on the Redding case, Dean's dad's case. Then they killed Tori, who was the girl who also loved Sloane's brother before he died in the third one. It was like, she loved him too, which is so sad. And then Celine's missing because they sent her information and they haven't heard something back from her, and she's missing. And Michael's like, they went after your sister because they went after Laurel, who is Cassie's sister. We find out in the last book. They went after Laurel to bring her back into the fold. And he's like, they went after your sister, Colorado. Now they're going after mine. And then finally, just Celine comes in. We're like, Celine's safe. That's great. But then they kidnap Cassie, and she's to kill her mom. And it's just, it's so heartbreaking. And I hate it so much. But, like, the ending, I said I didn't really feel much about it. It's like, because I don't really think it ended. It ended very openly, but very closed, if that makes sense. Because I didn't have any questions. It just left me wondering what they'd be doing next. Which is why I love the short story, because it gives me what they were doing next. Moving on to 12. It's about, like, someone they think is people who are offing themselves, but actually it's a killer who's doing it for them. He thinks he's a savior. He's not. So, like, I love the way that they worked through that in less than 12 hours together, like, as a team, and it was just, it was so good, because Cassie doesn't want to join the FBI. She's just going to be a consultant, so she can stay in Colorado with her family. And it's so funny, because at the end of Bad Blood, she was like, I'm going to quit the Naturals program. And then they were like, you can do that, but Michael bought a house in Colorado, and Dean's probably coming out here. Like, all your friends are moving out here, so we might as well just keep the program in Colorado. So I'm like, that's fun. But they work together in order to solve this. And, like, each chapter-ish, we get, like, perspectives of why they're attached to this case, like, from when they were kids. And it's just, I really, really liked that. But, yeah, that's Bad Blood and 12. I like both of them. Moving on into the Mind F, which was so good. Lana Myers is killing the people who abused and tortured and broke her and her brother when they were kids after their dad was framed for murder. It's so heartbreaking. So everyone thinks she's dead, and she's killing all these people, all of them, and then she falls in love with Logan, who's, like, slowly but surely bringing her back to life. And it's just, they need it, and Logan is finally, like, he has someone who gets him, like, who can, like, keep up with his speed, and it's just, it's so cute. Logan's trying to solve the cases that she's working on. We find out the entire town of where her abuse happened is fully corrupt. And we meet Jake, who was her best friend, like, since she was a kid, who had a crush and was dating her brother. That's half the reason why they beat and tortured them, because her brother was gay. It made me so seething and so angry. Like, that's why I was like sobbing tears of rage for Lana. Like, it made me so angry, and I sobbed, and I'm crying thinking about it. But, and I don't like why it happened, but I get why Logan didn't trust Lana after he figured out that she was the killer. Because he thought that she was going crazy because she wasn't actually the person who was abused. Like, he just thought that she was pretending she was, but no, she actually was. So then he was like, yeah, I fully understand with this, and I kind of fully support it. And then we find it, like, it's so good. I loved, but Jake, her best friend, is like, he's helping her with all of this. And then we find out, I didn't call this, that Jake's dad is the one who was supposedly her father's best friend. So he is the one who killed those other women and framed her father for it. He is the reason for everything that happened. And Logan is the one who killed him. Because he was like, if I go to Lana right now after he thinks he's dead, after she like does her whole like big plan at the end, everyone thinks she's dead. But like he's not, like, because she left a body. He's like, yeah, I'm still alive. And he was like, I have an idea where she might go, because they were talking about like where they go if they didn't have anything to do with this. So they talked about, so he knows where she is. And what he does is he goes and kills Jake's dad. And he does this because he quits the FBI, and he's like, well, I need her to know I'm not going to bring her in, so I need something that would ruin my reputation enough to where I can't ever come back. So it's like, I'll just kill this guy, and then we'll be together. And like they are, and then he like fully supports her like killing once a year, because he's like, she's too broken to be fixed. Not that she needs fixing, so she needs to let off that sort of steam and emotions once a year at least. So he lets her like kill, and like his friend Lawrence, yes, that's his name. Lawrence gives him a name every year and like takes her out on like a boat for like their anniversary. It's really cute. But I like Hadley too, like, because Hadley fully like didn't trust her because she's really close to Logan, so she didn't trust her obviously. But then she finds out why she's doing what she's doing, and Hadley even had some traumas in her past that Lana took care of. So she's like, I fully trust you. I'm on your side. And she like gets with Jake, and it's the romance and plot is just I loved it so much. I wish I could read it again for the first time. It was so good. I really loved it. But yeah, that's this one. I liked it so much. Okay, moving on to the next one. With Miss Di. I didn't like it. Do you know why I didn't like it? It says right here, I have been given a mission. Remove the Tin Woodman's heart, steal the Scarecrow's brain, take the Lion's courage, and then Dorothy must die. This doesn't happen until the last 20 pages. This doesn't happen. Like, if they put this on the back of the second book, I feel like it would have been better. Because this is not a plot point into the last 20 pages, which means they spoil the entire ending on the back. I didn't like that. It was annoying, and it's why I didn't like the book. Because I was expecting this part to happen for the majority of the book. No, didn't happen. It's in the second book, which is why I'm going to read the second book, because I want to know what this means. And she doesn't die. Like, the entire plan is to kill Dorothy. Guess what? She can't die until you do this stuff. They didn't find that until the last 20 pages. It's annoying. And, like, you meet Indigo and Ollie, this monkey, and, like, this munchkin in the beginning. I'm like, oh, this is going to be her crew? Nope, they're dead. Well, not Ollie. Ollie's around. Ollie just flew away. Not flew away, because he doesn't have wings anymore. He cut them off. But Indigo gets, like, podbled. I don't know. And we meet Knox, who looks like a monkey. To be fair, he doesn't look like a monkey. He looks like a normal person. But he looks like a monkey in my head. And apparently Glinda has a twin sister. Mm-hmm. And there's the Gert, who's the Witch of the North. Which I like this part, because she gave her a kiss, which I'm assuming is, like, the protection kiss that happens in, like, the actual books, like, of The Wizard of Oz, which I'm assuming that's what it is. I don't know what exactly it is, because she's dead. But, yeah. That's honestly why I didn't like it. But I am gonna read the second one, because I want to know what this stuff means. So, there's that. Noxus, I don't like him that much. He's supposed to be her love interest. I don't like her that much. I don't like him that much. I liked Pete. I liked that guy. But it turned out he's not even a guy. He's he's Ozma. He's the Queen of Oz, who apparently is just hiding as a guy. I don't know. But I liked him. But he's Ozma. So I liked the wizard. He was fun. He was great. That's honestly it. I really don't know what else to say about it, because it made me angry. I like Amy's, like, past and history. Like, I like how she uses her past to forge her into, like, a new person. I liked that. That was fun. I honestly don't know if Knox cares about her as much as we think she does. I think he might be playing her, which is kind of annoying, but I guess it's fine. I don't really care. Though, I will say, I like Evil Scarecrow. I didn't like the Evil Tin Woman. I didn't really like the Evil Island. I could care less about Dorothy being evil. Or Glinda being evil. But I liked the Evil Scarecrow. He had the type of evil that I actually kind of like to read. He had the psychotic evil. But I liked that. That was fun. But yeah, that's how I feel about this. There's a lot of angry feelings towards this book. Okay, now on to Binding 13, which I enjoyed. I don't really know how to say it because I did enjoy it, but it's also the trauma is why I enjoyed it. So we have Shannon, who has a very traumatic past of schools and stuff, and she transfers to Tommen, which is like this school, this very rich person's school. It's like a very private school. She transfers there, and she meets Johnny, and like they have like a connection at first sight because they kind of get each other. Because Shannon has had the traumatic history of like her school and also her home life. Her home life is awful. Her dad like is just the most heinous person I have ever read about. So like I hate him so much. Like we need Lana Myers up in here. And her mother, don't even get me started. I'm so solely on Joey's side. Joey's her brother. I'm so solely on his side about my opinion on her mother. She should kick that guy out and not let him back. But she does, time and time and time again. I don't know why. Like, she picked her husband over her children, and she has a lot of kids. She has 5 kids currently living with her right now. And 1 ran away. So, don't know what we're gonna do about that. And there's Johnny, who is having an issue with his abductor muscle. And it's not healing properly because he keeps pushing himself because he feels like he has to be the best. Like he feels like he needs to be the best or he won't deserve what he has. And Shannon like gets to him like in a way. Like that's why they are able to connect, because they both have the pressure on them that they don't need, but they're able to connect through that. And I loved Gypsy and Johnny. Like they have such a great friendship and I thought it was amazing. I really loved it. And Lizzie and Claire were like the best friends that Shannon ever needed. Like she needed those friends. Like they helped her. Like I think that they know what her dad does to her, but she doesn't want to say anything because she has a fear that it'll separate her from her brothers, which is so heartbreaking that the only reason she goes through everything she does is because she's scared for her own family. Like her favorite place to be is at school. Her least favorite place to be is at home. Like imagine that. Like having that much anxiety and terror about going home is awful. And Johnny like being like one of the safe places that she can be is just amazing. And at first Johnny doesn't want to like admit he has these feelings because he's like, I'm just gonna leave her next summer when I have to go for rugby, which I don't know if he's gonna be able to go next summer for rugby. I hope he does because he honestly feels like he deserves it. But during a game at the end of the book, he tears the entire abductor muscle. Because he was in pain the entire book, but he won't tell anyone because they would tell him to stop, and he didn't feel like he could stop. But he tears it, and he gets really, really badly hurt. And he's in the hospital for a while. And Shannon comes to visit him, and like that whole conversation he has with his parents and Shannon and Gypsy is just, it was so muchly needed, and I really, really enjoyed that. And like they're kind of together. Like they kissed a little bit in like the last couple bit of this book, but I don't know. I really liked it. And I like how Gypsy has a crush on Claire. I think it's so cute. And Claire definitely has a crush back on Gypsy. And I can't wait to read their book, which is Taming 7, I think. And Aoife and Joey. Aoife standing by Joey after everything and like helping him so much. And Joey not feeling like he deserves that is just, I love them so much. I can't wait to read their books, which are after the next book with Johnny and Shannon, which I can't wait to read the next one with Johnny and Shannon. Because I really, really did like it. It was so good. Like they fit together. Like they knew each other before they ever even knew each other, if you get what I mean. And it's just, it was so cute and I loved it. And Johnny has such supportive parents. Like they support his love of rugby. They support all of his passions. But they do wish he sometimes wasn't like a normal kid and did normal kid things. But he doesn't because he has such a passion for rugby. Like, but Shannon is able like to get him out of that passion. Not like as a bad way, like as like a good thing for him to be like a normal guy and like have a crush on a girl. It's just, it was so much needed and stuff that they like both needed. Like each one could provide something that the other needed. Like Shannon was able to provide Johnny with like a chance to take a break, obviously, and Johnny provided Shannon a comfort of safety, of like someplace that she could feel safe. And it was heartbreaking. And the ending, it made me cry. And I can't wait to read the next one, but I don't have time they go by the next one, so it'll be a little while before I read the next one. Okay, now onto the last one I read, which is City of Glass. Clary's going to the city, I forget what it's called, but the City of Glass, the Shadowhunter city. And we find out this book that Jace isn't her brother, which thank God, because it was annoying reading almost 3.5 books, almost 2.5 books of her being Jace's sister. We also meet her actual brother, who is Sebastian, who I gotta say, I like his craziness. He's fun. But the whole reason she's there is to find the cure for her mom, obviously. And Valentine is trying to find the next mortal instrument, which is a mirror, which we find out is the lake. Clary goes more crazy, like with her new powers, and it's fun. I like that. And we find out why she has those powers. She has angel blood in her because her dad gave it to her mom, like to help with her depression. And it was fine. And he did the same thing to Jace. But Jace thought it was demon blood because that's what he gave his actual son. Like Jonathan, his actual son, actually has demon blood in him. That's why he's crazy. Jace has angel blood. Like, because he was doing experiments on the guy that happened to be who Jace's dad was. Not the guy, but like the wife he gave her, like elixirs, like that he gave his own wife. And he's the Inquisitor's grandson, Jace's, from the last book. And Simon is a daywalker, and people have a problem with him being a daywalker because no vampire should be able to walk in the sun. So they imprison him. And we find out Hodge is alive, but then he dies because Sebastian kills him. And like he's able to figure out very quickly if Sebastian and Jace are in the same area, like, oh, this one is Valentine's son, that one's not. Which is nice. Because I was able to figure it out pretty easily. Like once Clary also kissed her actual brother. But this time it felt wrong when she kissed him. She was like, I can't kiss you because it's wrong. I'm like, of course it's wrong. He's your brother. But like she pulls her hand away and is like, her fingers are dyed. Like he's dyeing his hair. So that's when I figured out this is probably her brother. And then at the end, Valentine raises the angel to like get him a favor so that he can be the leader of all the Shadowhunters. But the angel's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna offer your daughter a favor, not you, because she fixed the runes and stuff. And she brings Jace back to life because Valentine killed Jace. I don't know if he ever like can separate sacrifice for love, because I think he thinks both is both, which is kind of crazy, but it's what he thinks, so I really don't know how to approach that. But then the angel kills Valentine. I thought Valentine was going to be the big bad for this series. Maybe it'll be Sebastian, his actual son, Jonathan. Because it says that Jace killed him, but then they couldn't find the body. So I don't know if that meant he floated away on the river where they killed him, or if he was able to survive somehow. Which would be fun. I would like to see Sebastian come back, because he was kind of fun. Oh, and Max dies. Izzy and Alex's brother, just like their little 11-year-old brother is killed. And it's heartbreaking. Also, her mom comes back in this one, because Magnus heals him. And, of course, Clary's mad at her first, but then she comes to forgive her, and it's nice. And finally, her mom gets with Luke, which I've been waiting for since ever. And then Clary comes up with this, like, binding ritual that can bind, humans to Downworlders, which a lot of the Shadowhunters don't want to do. Not humans to Downworlders, Nephilim to Downworlders, which they do, and it's actually like kind of cute. And Alec binds to Magnus like for the battle, and it's like, oh, they finally like get back together because they broke up like for the first half of this book because Magnus didn't want to be Alec's second choice, but then Alec was like, yeah, I want you back. So like they kiss, and like he finally introduced his parents to Magnus, and it's really cute, and I really liked it. Let's see what else happened. Oh, Simon put in prison, obviously. But then he, like, agrees to go with the vampires again. But he gets the Mark of Cain, meaning they can't kill him unless they want, like, danger to come to him. And it says that the person who has the Mark of Cain has to be a wanderer, which means I'm scared for Simon. Does that mean he'll always be a wanderer? Because I kind of want that to happen. I like the relationship he has with Clary. It's really sweet and kind of cute. Like, it's such a good friendship that he needs. And Izzy saving Jace's life. Like, when Jace at the end is like confronted with like the possibility, like, I don't know who I am. I'm not Jonathan Christopher, because that was Valentine's actual son's name. I don't know who I am, but Clary's like, Jace is your nickname. Just you're Jace Lightwood. That's who you are. You're Alec and Isabel's sibling. Like that is who you are. You are their sibling, which I really really liked. Let's see what else happened. Not much, but I really enjoyed it. I said I liked the side characters more than the main characters, but I liked it pretty good. It was actually really good. But if you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, everyone.